Alright, hey guys, Adam Blue back again. So I'm pretty excited. I've got my Sega Genesis the best way you can have a Sega Genesis. It's the high definition version. It says high definition back. That really means nothing when it comes to graphics. I like the 32X. I have my 32X. I've got this Sega CD 2, probably the better version. But what makes this really special is I finally have RGB on the PVM. It's like the perfect setup, and there's a few things to it, so I'm gonna go over that here in a second. Okay, so first of all, in order to power the thing, this is pretty interesting. You remember those giant power bricks that you normally have? Genesis 32X and Sega CD would have their own giant bricks. Well, I have a modification done, and I'll put it in the links here. Basically, here's a power cable. There's another power cable, and here's a power cable, and they actually all go to this right here, a GameCube, that I can focus, a GameCube AC adapter. You can tell it was modded. I had someone mod it for me, so then it all comes out as one cable and it's plugged in there. So instead of having the 3 giant bricks, I just have that one. That's what makes it very manageable. Okay, so the other thing, so Genesis 1 unit is probably the superior one if you got the high definition graphics. I've got a special cable for the 32X, so the video has to go from the Genesis 1 to the 32X. But to get that real good stereo sound, I've got this special cable made that has a line to go to the headphone jack where the Genesis 1 outputs superior stereo sound. Okay, so the other cable I have here that goes behind the TV is the Genesis 2 SCART cable. Okay, now let me see if I can move over to that easily. That's going to be this right here, and what it is plugged into, and it's kind of dark, but what it's plugged into is the scart to BNC, which goes behind my TV, the PVM. Now, actually, let's turn this on. Actually, so not to make it too loud. I'm gonna grab some Rocket Adventure. The game looks good. Okay, so zooming in, we can see how perfect the pixels are. Alright, so I think there was supposed to be some sound there, wasn't there? I gotta turn on my other switcher. I have a switcher for the audio. There we go. I mean, now look at that. I'll go when. I mean, that, to me, that just looks amazing. How I mean, it's just the colors are perfect, everything. Oh, and the stereo sound. So I have that switcher up there I was talking about. That actually, the SCART to BNC has RCA audio cables that come off of it, so you can like plug it into another device. And so I have that up into the switcher where I have like my Dreamcast, N64, Super Nintendo, all that plugged into. That comes down here, and I think I showed this on the Dreamcast video. That plugs into here, the RCA to a little headphone jack, whatever goes in here. I can switch this on and off, turn the volume. What's good about this one, as I was talking about, is it has an audio cable too that goes into the VGA. Well, that's hidden back there. The VGA of the Dreamcast. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to show. I'll put in the down in the description what I got to get this happening. But it's like I finally have the Genesis set up the most perfect way possible, and it makes me happy. True CRT, PVM to get the actual scan lines for the way the games are made around that. The colors are perfect with the RGB cables. Don't be fooled. Upscaling to HDMI to an HD TV really does not look as good because it's not the true 240p. It's being upscaled and distorted. But you know what? It's not a problem. If you don't really care that much, I mean, this is coming from just a hardcore retro gamer. If you don't really care about that, there's really nothing wrong with playing your old school systems on the HD. But anyway, thanks for watching.